It's Friday! We're 15 days away from WrestleMania, and as Jason Derulo once said, I'm riding so low, so low. Due to night shift, I'll be riding solo on the SmackDown reviews for the foreseeable future. How great's that? Well, it might be great for the viewer, for your ears right here, right now, but for me, for my eyeballs, no, it will not be very good. But we have got the 4th of April, 2025, live from Chicago, Illinois. Alright, and we're ready to preview it. And of course, we've got a big debut tonight. Oh ho, strap in. More on that later. We've actually only got 3 bullet points from tonight's show. Oh, I'm so excited for this. The road to WrestleMania continues tonight in the Pyrie State. My name is Joe Testore, and I am mildly autistic. Apparently we're not actually in Chicago, but we're in Rosemont, Illinois. Illinois. No, it's funny, right? I think, tell me if I'm wrong on this, comment it. I think of all the states in America, Illinois is the state that is completely and utterly outshined by its city. Like, if you ask the average person, like, outside of America, like, Chicago, I think most people be like, Chicago is like a state, because, you know, Europeans and all that stuff. Like, the city of Chicago, for me, completely outshines Illinois. You know, it's not like California or Texas, right? Yeah, you've got your cities in California and Texas, and all that good stuff. But to me, the name Chicago outshines the state Illinois. I mean, maybe there's a few other examples across America, but you know what? I thought we'd talk about that because I looked at the bullet points here and I went, there's really not an awful lot here to me to be able to drag this vid to a reasonable length. But anyway, speaking of a guy that's not a reasonable height, Rey Fenix, may talk about his debut. Odale, right? Rapido. This guy. You know, not something that's actually fucking hilarious about this, right? This guy was claiming he was being starved and he was basically getting treated inhumane by Tony Khan because he wouldn't let him leave the fake wrestling company and join the other big fake wrestling company to be with his brother. This guy then eventually gets to join the big fake wrestling company with his brother, who's a Diddy man and wears pish masks, and they're actually on different brands. They'll probably never see each other. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's absolutely fantastic. Rey Fenix making his debut. Who's his debut going to be against? I don't care. You know what I mean? This guy can debut tonight. It's a 3-hour show. You can bet your bottom dollar that Triple H and the Road Dogg, you know, the D-O-double-G, whatever you want to call him, he will probably give this guy 30 fucking minutes tonight. Problem is, who cares about the wrestling? The wrestling is so dead these days. The characters are so non-existent. I just see a bunch of actors in AEW pretending to be wrestlers. I'm the Hitman. I don't see guys wanting to be like Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior. They want to be like me. Well, sorry, Brett. Sorry to burst your fucking bubble, son, but you're a boring bastard. We'll probably never make a fid on that, but, you know, there's no wrestlers wanting to be like the Ultimate Warrior or Hulk Hogan these days because they don't like big guys. They like Diddy guys that can do flips and technical wrestling. Now, albeit, Brett never really did flips, but Brett was the boring guy that did technical wrestling. And in 2025, there is hundreds of them. The reason why guys like Benoit and Bret Hart worked in the 90s because there wasn't many of them. There wasn't many of them floating about. Like, I'm not saying Bret Hart, right, would not have worked in 2025, but see if Bret Hart debuted like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, he would be nowhere near the star he was in the 90s. A, because of the error, and B, because he's just a fucking dime a dozen. Back in the 90s, right, when Bret Hart was, you know, at the peak of his powers, he was unique. He was unique, you know, it was the era of the big guy, and or the guys that were a bit flamboyant. Bret's a boring bastard, alright? So, yeah. We kind of got a bit sidetracked there on Brett, but as for Rey Fenix, who cares? He's going to wrestle a match. Probably, I mean, who's on SmackDown? I don't even know. Is he going to fucking wrestle Andrade? It's going to be crap either way, but we'll be reviewing it nonetheless. Right, up next, Naomi, taking on B-Fab. There'll be nothing fab about this. It'll be shite. Naomi will either win or lose due to a Jade Cargill distraction. These two have been beefing on Twitter, of course. Well, I mean, obviously it started beyond Twitter because she attacked me, and Naomi showed some great acting there, some of the funniest acting you'll ever see. They've been greeting about, oh, you wear a wig, oh, you wear a grey wig, you're old, you're this, you're that. I bet you're both fucking wrong, you know, just... This is probably the best feud, story-wise, going into WrestleMania. Naomi versus Jade Cargill. If that doesn't sum up the state of wrestling 2025, then I don't know what does, because it's not even scheduled for Mania. Now, I do assume that it will be at WrestleMania. But, again, there should be a title involved here. Like, compare this story to, like, you know, Charlotte and Tiffany. What is the story in Charlotte and Tiffany? You're older and I'm younger and we both look a bit plastic. There's not much to it. Then, the big match. Fatu versus Braun Strowman, last man standing. This is just a rinse and repeat of the Bronson Reed feud that happened, you know, at the back end of 2024 there. And we've seen Fatu and Strowman interact about 100 times. They've had about 10 matches, tag matches, singles matches, barricade spots, squish spots, big meaty men, you name it. Who really cares? Who cares? Jacob Fatu is obviously not going to lose this match. Now, in terms of who's scheduled for this show, there's actually no mention about who's scheduled. No mention of Rhodes, no mention of Orton, no mention of like CM Punk, Roman Reigns, or Rollins. Is that it? I know Punk and Rollins are scheduled for Raw, but there's going to be no follow-up on SmackDown. Now, I've done a wee quick search into... oh my god, right? Listen to this. Elite Rockers put up a couple of days ago. Rey Fenix is making his WWE debut this week. Aleister Black is making his return soon. And Rusev's re-signed with WWE. We are eating good. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. With a video attached to The Rock coming out and pointing at his goosebumps and feeling his arms. See if you're a grown man and you're getting goosebumps over Rusev re-signing with WWE, with Aleister Black and Rey Fenix making his fucking debut, you're one of the saddest individuals on this earth, and your family is completely and utterly fucking ashamed of you. Imagine being a grown man saying you're getting goosebumps at the thought of Rusev and Aleister Black. Two fucking bums that have never amounted to anything in their life. You know what I mean? See if you were watching Mania, like, what was it, 31, when he came out in the tank against John Cena, and you were like, holy fuck, I can't remember the last time I've seen a tank like that in person. I got goosebumps. That's one thing. But you're getting goosebumps for a guy coming out that's going to complain that someone broke his Nintendo Switch. Fucking reel it in. And Rey Fenix is shite. This is what we're dealing with, guys. Fucking retards on Twitter that have got mental health problems. That's the reality. I mean, you've got this phase away media guy, and I don't know how many he's watched the Mayans, right? CM Punk was in the Mayans, right? And CM Punk did alright. He didn't stick out like a sore thumb. And he didn't stick out for being great either. But there's people pretending that CM Punk deserved an Emmy, phase away media, whatever he's called, for his acting. It's like, they just spew shite to try and pretend that wrestling / WWE, let's be honest, is 100 times better than what it is. I was lying here earlier, and CM Punk, Cena and McMahon contract signing for 2011 came on before Money in the Bank. Holy shit, how far has wrestling fell, man? Because that was fucking fantastic. And there'll be nothing great tonight. It will be 3 hours of me trying to stay awake. But, aye, leave your thoughts down below. That's the SmackDown preview. Fuck these guys. They think wrestling's great today. It's shite. It's never been worse. Till then, peace.